Today's video is going to be a step-by-step walkthrough on exactly how to use the Novo business banking platform, specifically the desktop tool. So again, if you do want to follow along with me, I will leave a link in the description below, as usual, where you can sign up, support my channel, and get some free money while you're at it, and get to use what is, in my opinion, one of the best business banking tools that is currently available. So again, be sure to follow along with me, and let's jump right into it. What is going on, everyone? I hope you are all having a fantastic day. So let's not waste any time. Let's jump into my Novo business banking account and get started on this tutorial. All right, so obviously the first thing you'll want to do is navigate to the Novo website, and you'll want to click the login button in the top right-hand corner of the screen, or if you don't yet have a Novo account, you can click the Get Started button. And while that's loading, I will mention that I have done a number of videos on the Novo platform, so if you do want an in-depth breakdown of all the features that this tool offers, then I will leave links to those videos in the description below. But in today's video, I specifically want to do a real-time, step-by-step guide on how to use the best tools of this platform and how to use all the different menus that it has. All right, so you're going to go ahead and click the login button, and that's just going to bring you to this home page, which gives you a general overview of your Novo account. So this home screen is very customizable, especially in the mobile app. And if you'd like to see me do a step-by-step guide on the mobile app, then let me know down in the comment section below as well. So if you're brand new to Novo, then your home screen might look a little bit different, but in my case, we've got your balances, or my balances, in the top left-hand corner, the available balance, as well as the reserves, which is basically a buckets feature that Novo has that allows you to section money off and set it aside for taxes or saving for other bills or things that you might just want to set money aside for your particular business. So I know in the past I've wanted to buy new cameras, for example, which was a several $1,000s investment in this YouTube channel, so I created a reserve for those cameras, automatically set money aside, and then was able to go ahead and make that purchase. And I also use this feature to pay my quarterly taxes as well. Other than that, this is pretty self-explanatory, and at the top of the screen, I love the fact that they have some kind of inspirational quote most of the time that usually has something to do with business and leadership and stuff like that. And then you've also got your virtual card, recent activity, fund your Novo account, where you can actually link a third-party account and transfer funds in or out of your Novo account. You've got make a payment, which we'll talk about in a second, recent invoices, if that is a tool that you use, and then in this case, you've got create reserves and refer a business. And again, I will leave my referral link in the description if you want to sign up for Novo, and it looks like right now they're actually giving $40 for free when you open and fund an account, and you'll help support my channel, which I really appreciate. All right, so we're just going to go through these menus on the left-hand side of the screen to show you how to best use this platform. So again, at the top, you've got the dashboard, which is what we are currently looking at, and next up, we have activity. And this is really just going to give you a summary of all the transactions on your Novo account. So you've got a few different timelines at the top of the screen here, including 1 week, 4 weeks, and that goes all the way up to all time, which is all of your transactions since you've started this account. And you've also, in the top right-hand corner, got this download to CSV, which is basically just an Excel spreadsheet that allows you to easily categorize all of these different expenses, and you can actually upload that CSV to either your CPA or accountant, or even upload it to a third-party tool like QuickBooks, for example. You can also easily separate these transactions into income or spending, meaning income, which is money that is coming in, or spending, which is money that is going out, also referred to as your credits and debits if you're into accounting. And lastly, on the right-hand side of the screen, you can search for transactions based on a specific keyword, or you can click the filter button and filter by specific criteria if you're looking for a very specific transaction that you can't seem to find. Overall, the activity menu is pretty simple, and again, it's just going to give you a very basic rundown and a description of what the transaction is, how much that amount was, and if it's black, that is money that is going out, and if it's green, that money is coming into your account. All right, but next up, we've got the Make a Payment button, and this is a fantastic menu where you can really easily pay your bills or pay vendors right from within your Novo account. So right in the top left-hand corner of the screen, the first thing you want to decide is this a US payment or is this an international payment? And that's going to change the menu and the way that you go about this process, but I'm guessing in most cases you're probably looking at making a US payment if this is a US bank account. So what you'll first have to do is actually add a payee, which is the people that you're paying money to. And if you already have payees in your Novo account, then you can also click the payee list in the top right-hand corner of the screen. And in this case, I just have one payee account, which is actually my own SoFi checking account, but you'll also have a ton of different vendors in here if it's other people people that you have paid in the past. So let's go back to the main Make a Payment menu, and again, we're going to click the In the US option. So from the drop-down menu, you would select the Payee. So in this case, I will again just select my own SoFi checking account. So for this demo, let's just change this to $200, and then we're going to click the blue review button at the bottom left-hand corner of this menu, and that just brings up the review transfer menu that just has you double-check that everything is correct, and then you're going to go ahead and enter your Novo password, and then click Confirm, and that is going to go ahead and send that money to your payee. And once you do that, it's actually going to kick you back to the activities menu that we just looked at and basically show you that that transaction has been logged in your activity. All right, but moving on from there, we've got the Fund Novo button, which is where you're able to add money to your Novo account. So again, in this case, we've got my SoFi Money checking account linked here. So we're going to select that. It has the details on the right-hand side of the screen. And let's say we want to transfer $10,000. Click the Review button, type in your Novo password, and then in this case, I'm not going to transfer $10,000 into this account because I don't need to do that right now, but you would click the Confirm button, and then again, that would be logged in your activity, and that money would come into your Novo account from whatever account you're pulling that money from. And similar to the Payee options in the last menu, you can see all of the linked accounts that you have, so in this case, I just have one, or you can add a new account by clicking the Add Account button in the top right-hand corner of the screen, and then it's going to bring up this Plaid menu, which you may be familiar with since a lot of financial technology companies use this system, and you can just click the Get Started button and go ahead and search for your bank and get that all set up really quickly. But if we close out of that and go back to here, you can then click the Account Info button. And this one's pretty self-explanatory, but this is just going to give you some basic information on your accounts, including personal information, business info, the different transactions and transfer limits, and all of that good stuff. And I will also mention that you can request limit changes to the different types of transactions in here. So you've got bank transfer, mail check, and check deposit, and you can see the different limits that are put on this account that are just preset by Novo based on the information that you put in here. So you can actually click the Request a Change button and then go through that process to explain why you might need a higher limit on that particular type of transaction. All right, but closing out of that, the last thing at the bottom of that screen is transfer funds to Novo, and again, just the limits per month, per day, per transfer, all that good stuff. And then you've got your debit card as well. So that one's pretty self-explanatory, so we'll scroll back up and move on to the next one, which is the debit card menu. So at the top of this menu, you've got your virtual card and your physical card, and that's pretty self-explanatory, but obviously a virtual card is a feature that a lot of these mobile banks have been using recently, and this basically generates a unique card number and card information that you can use to pay online, and that way, if that number is ever stolen for whatever reason, you can really easily just deactivate that number, and you don't have to get a new physical card, or your whole bank account isn't compromised or anything like that. So what you could do is click the Create Virtual Card button right here. So there you go, it's just that easy. We now created a virtual card, so we can really easily freeze that card from this menu. We can show the card details, add it to our Apple Wallet or Google Wallet, and once we start using that card, you also have the virtual card transactions that will show up on the right-hand side of this menu. All right, but the next menu tab under the debit card menu is the physical card, and this is just going to give you some basic information on your card. It'll allow you to report it as lost or stolen by calling this number here, and overall, it's just very basic. And the other thing I'll mention is at the bottom here, you've got the travel notice. And this is actually where you can input any travel that you may be doing. That way your Novo card does not automatically get declined or canceled by Novo just because they see a transaction from a random country that you usually are not traveling in. So let's say someone stole your card and they started spending money in another country. Well, more than likely, Novo or really any card issuer would probably cancel or at least freeze that card immediately because that is some unusual activity. So if you are going to travel, it's probably a good idea to go ahead and click that Create Travel button and input the country and the dates, just so that Novo knows that it is you who was actually completing those transactions and not someone who unfortunately stole your information. All right, and the last thing we'll take a look at from here is the Perks and Rewards option in the top right-hand corner of this menu. And this is just going to give you some basic information of things and benefits that you get by being a Novo member. And remember that this account is completely free, but it comes with all of these awesome benefits, which is pretty cool if you ask me. And many of these tools are things that you probably can or currently do use as a small business owner. So the fact that you're getting tons of savings and rewards and discounts just for using a free Novo account is a huge benefit of this platform as a whole. All right, but the next menu is the Statements menu, and this one's, again, pretty self-explanatory, but this is just where you can go ahead and download your account statement by clicking this download button right here, and then obviously you can go ahead and review that information and make sure that everything is adding up. So next up, we've got the Reserves menu, which again is the feature that I was talking about earlier that is basically a savings bucket. And this is a great way to set money aside for your taxes or other bills or just saving for something that you want to buy for your business. So if you go ahead and click the blue Add Reserve button, so you can either give this a custom name at the top of the screen here, or it gives you a few different suggestions. So again, let's just say taxes, since that's what I usually use this for. Let's give it an amount of, let's say, $100. We can then give it a description, so let's say Q4 taxes, and then we're going to click the Create Reserve button. And there we go, we now just created this reserve, and that money has now been moved from your main account balance right into this reserve account. So if you have to pay quarterly taxes, you have to pay a bill that's coming up, or you just want to set money aside for a particular purchase that you want to make, then the reserves feature is a great way to do that, and you can do that right from this reserves menu. And I will also show you, since this is just a demo, to delete that reserve, you can just click on it, and then over on the right-hand side of the screen, you have the Delete Reserve button. All right, we are moving through this pretty quickly, but next up we've got the best menu by far, and that would be the Invoices menu. And that's because the Invoices menu is where you get paid for your hard work. So in my case, this is how I actually get paid for the different sponsored videos that I do on this channel. So on the left-hand side of the screen, you have the invoice number and who it is being sent to. And then on the right-hand side of the screen, you have the amount of that particular invoice. So you can either click on a past invoice and it'll give you the detailed information on that invoice, including all of the customer details, the billable items, and all of that good stuff. Or you can go back and you can click the Create Invoice button, and then you can input that information and create a new invoice and automatically send it to the person who is supposed to pay that bill. Now, I will mention that in my experience at least, if you send this to someone just using an email, then what actually happens is they basically get an invite to sign up for Novo, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it does also provide them with the account and routing number, so you can just download this as a PDF and email it to them that way, and then they can pay you through their own third-party platform using that account and routing number. But overall, this is pretty intuitive and easy to use, so if you scroll back up to the top here, we can click the Referrals menu. This one's pretty self-explanatory, and again, I will leave my link in the description below if you do want to sign up and get some money and support my channel. But if you have some friends who have their own small business or side hustle, then you can also send a referral to them right here, and you'll actually get some free money, they will get some free money, and you both get to use what is, again, a really fantastic business banking tool in my opinion. And lastly, all the way on the left-hand side of the screen, at the bottom of those different tabs, we have the Apps menu. And this is actually a newer feature that allows you to basically link your Novo account to a ton of different third-party platforms, and in my opinion, this has really taken the Novo platform to the next level in the past few months. So we could spend hours and hours going through all of the different apps that they have in here, but again, just to name a few, you've got PayPal, you've got Square and Stripe, which are payment processors. In terms of bookkeeping and invoicing, you have QuickBooks Online, you have different budgeting apps like YNAB and Mint, which are some of my favorites, and it just goes on and on with payroll, productivity, marketing, perks, and so many other things, and this is just the Discover tab. So if you're looking for something specific, you can actually search it in the top right-hand corner here, or you can look at the different collections based on what particular app and what purpose that app has for your business. So let's say I need an app for accounting, I can click on that, and it's going to give me some of the most popular accounting and bookkeeping platforms that are currently available that I can actually automatically link to my Novo account. So I know in my case, I do use QuickBooks Online for bookkeeping for this YouTube channel, and I have that linked to my Novo business account. If you want to see the apps that you personally use, obviously you can click the My Apps button, but overall, this is a fantastic addition to the Novo platform that I am a huge fan of, and not only is leveraging the power of Novo, but is really amplifying it by leveraging the power of all of these amazing third-party platforms. Alright, so that's all of the tabs, and the last thing that I will mention is on the left-hand side, under all of those tabs that we just went through, you have your routing number and account number. So if for whatever reason you need this information for payroll, or to set up a bank account, or anything like that, that is where you're going to find that. And again, if you were just logging into Novo, for example, it doesn't matter which of these tabs you are on, it is going to show up on the left-hand side of the screen about halfway down. So if you've been watching my channel for some time, then you probably know that I love Novo, and it is what I personally use for the banking of this YouTube channel. I hope that this step-by-step walkthrough was helpful in showing you the many different menus and features and tools of the Novo platform. And again, if you do want to sign up for Novo and get some free money while you're at it, then I will leave my link down in the description below where you can sign up and get some free money. Again, I have done a number of videos and reviews on Novo, so if you want some more in-depth information, then I'll also link to that down in the description as well. If you did get value out of this content and you want to help support me, the easiest way to do that is actually by checking out some of my favorite financial tools down in the description below, including one offer from the Point Cashback Debit Card that will currently give you $100 when you open your account and make your first purchase, so definitely check that out using the link down below. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this in the future, and of course, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it so much. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.